Hey sister girls, let's get into the Ulta haul makeup look that all the girls keep asking for, and it wouldn't be me if I didn't deliver. This video is actually very special to me, and I want to say hi to all my new sisters because that Ulta haul video literally brought so many of you to my page, and I'm grateful that you're here. So first things first, let's go ahead and prep our face. I went in with my Essence Jelly Grip Under Eye Primer. This is my go-to when I want a flawless under eye. And now I'm taking my Universal Blurring Balm from Danessa, and I'm placing this on my nose, around my nose, in my smile lines, and on my forehead. That's where I get the oiliest. I like to apply this with a brush nowadays. If I was actually leaving the house, I would go in with my water powder serum first and then my blurring balm and apply them both in all the areas that I just listed. Now I'm taking my One Size Secure to Blur primer and I'm applying this in all of those areas and my cheeks. For all the girls wondering why my base looked so flawless and smooth, it's that combination right there. Taking my finger and lightly patting in that Essence Jelly Grip Primer. And this spray has been one of my newly favorite things to spray right before I start applying my makeup. Now I'm gonna let all of that dry down before actually applying all my makeup. I'm taking my Morphe Correcting Concealer in shade Papaya, and I'm gonna add just a dot of this under each eye. And you wanna take like a concealer brush, powder puff, beauty blender, whatever you use, just to blend that out. And I'm actually leaving that right here under my eye, and I'm gonna go over any little discoloration I have with whatever's left on my brush. Correcting these areas before you go in with like a brightening concealer is always good so you don't have like a gray cast or it doesn't look hollow. This is a great step to do just to have everything look even to begin with. I'm going in with my Milani bronzer in Spicy Season. I truly believe this bronzer is just the perfect shade for me. I like to take the excess off on my hand and then go ahead and apply that to my face because we don't want to look muddy. Some of that bronzer on my nose, and this part is very important for your eyeshadow look later. You're going to take some of the same bronzer and apply it to your eyelid, literally just like this. It does not have to be perfect. I love this bronzer. Like, I totally get it now, y'all. Like, honestly, I really wasn't a drugstore girl. Like, all of the products that I use and love are truly high-end, but I gotta start getting into my drugstore bag because I'm sleeping on a lot of great products. Starting with my first layer of concealer, I'm going in with the old formula of the Sephora Best Skin Concealer, and this is in shade 34.5N. I also use 17N and 12N in the new formula, so don't think I don't like it. I just want to use these before they're bad. While that dries down, I'm going in with my Blurring Balm powder in shade 8.5, and I'm going to use this as my foundation today. And I'm just applying this in all the areas where I didn't apply bronzer or concealer. So realistically, that is just from the nose down on my face. I don't use too much of this because I don't really need to. But at this point, you will use whatever foundation, skin tint, whatever you want to use. This is just what I prefer at the moment. My Sephora concealer does dry down pretty fast, so I'm going to go ahead and blend that out now. And I like to bring my concealer up right here just for a lifted look. And I always reverse contour my nose. Now that I have that all blended out, I'm gonna go ahead and take whatever's left on my foundation brush and just blend out all of those harsh edges, and I'm just patting that in. Especially on your forehead, I hate to see where all your product starts and ends. Hourglass concealer now, and this is in the shade Flax. This is really just for some extra coverage. It is a little lighter than my Sephora concealer, but not that much. And I let that concealer dry down while I apply my blush. Today I'm using my blush from Danessa in the shade Bellini. I'm taking my bronzer brush to kind of add some more product back. Now I'm going in to blend out that Hourglass concealer. One thing about me, I'm gonna fold the powder puff to blend out that harsh line on my nose for sure. And if you really want a flawless look, I will always stress to not rush your makeup. If you know you got somewhere to go, sister, give yourself some time to do your makeup. So start your makeup a couple hours before you have to go. Now that we have all of our concealer blended out and our base looks perfect, we can start to set. And I use my Anastasia setting powder in the shade Vanilla. This is one of my favorites. It is a full coverage powder. Just love the finish every time I use it. Prepping my powder puff and taking off the excess. I'm gonna go ahead and blend out any creases that may have formed. Taking my powder puff with light layers of powder. And now I'm setting everywhere else that I applied concealer. And this is a blush that I used. I literally went in with a whole bunch of different shades in here. They're all peachy pinky tones, so it works. This blush book from Made by Mitchell is truly the best thing that I bought because there's just so many different shades of blushes in here, and honestly, it will be hard for me to hit pan on this anytime soon. And I am a baker. I'm going in with my One Size translucent powder to bake. I love baking because it helps marry everything together, and it just gives my under eye that flawless filter look, and that's why I do it. So taking my favorite bronzer at the moment, and this is the YSL bronzer in number 5, and let's bring some warmth back to our face. And to set my foundation that I use today, I'm going in with my Sephora Micro Smooth powder, and this is in Mahogany. I'm taking the powder on my forehead as well to marry my concealer and bronzer for like a seamless blend. So now for the start of the show, while I'm baking, let's go ahead and do that eye look. I use this palette from Moonslice Beauty. I recently got this from Ipsy. Since I am an ambassador with them, I literally just went in with 2 shades from here. So we're gonna start with this shade right here, which is called Brownie. And I literally put this all over my lid. And this has been the shade everybody been loving. It's actually like a copper color, and apply it over that brown. Taking my NARS Soft Matte Concealer and just cleaning up under my brow bone. Now I'm tapping in that bake. I'm gonna melt in my powders with my One Size powder melt. I really like doing this. I don't even know when I started doing this, but it's just one of those things that I just continue to do every time I do my makeup, so it's a part of the routine. I usually use a combination of different setting sprays. I'm actually gonna go in with my Scandinavia setting spray now. With my Makeup by Mario Pro Pencil in Super Black on my waterline. And it truly doesn't matter what mascara you use, because I'm going in with some lashes. Babes, I am not one of them girls who wears their natural lashes for a full glam. Sorry, not sorry. It's just not me. Already added some lashes, as y'all can see, and I went in with my Fenty mascara, the brown one that I keep hyping. I'm gonna go in with one more layer of it. I love this mascara, but I hate the applicator. I also want to bring back some of that blush. For my lip combo, I'm going in with my Makeup Forever Limitless Brown. And I'm using this Juvia's lipstick in Nubian Sand. It's like a peachy nude shade. On top of that lipstick, I'm going in with ABH Cantaloupe. And to go over my brown liner, I'm using my Juvia's Peptide Glass Bomb. Right now I'm going in with my favorite eyeshadow palette from Patrick Ta, and this is the one in Deep. Taking this shade to add that to my inner corner. Stunning. All right, my girls, I am pretty much done with the look. I absolutely love this. It is Black owned too, sisters. You can purchase it on TikTok Shop because that's how I got it. Let's go ahead and spray our face. I always take a powder puff to just dab that in. It's looking like I need to have a tutorial for every look that I do starting here on out, so I'll make sure to have one for the girls. But anyways, bye y'all.